Hello, Mummy Triplets. Ivana here, and I am your host for Tiny Wishes Stories. Wondering where I have been? Well, I have been on family tour with hubby and the kids, and I'm glad to be finally back. Today we have a live experience story from Maya. Grab your tea, get comfortable, because this one made me tear up reading it on my iPad this morning. I will read now. Dear Ivana, I'm Maya. I'm 29. My husband Debo is 32. We got married young. I was 24, he was 27, and everyone said we were the golden couple. Childhood sweethearts, both from big families, both wanting a big family of our own. We used to joke about needing a bigger car before we even needed one. 2 years into the marriage, nothing happened. We weren't worried at first. Everyone kept saying, relax, it'll come. By year 3, I stopped laughing at that advice. We saw a specialist. Unexplained infertility, they said, which I've since learned is the most maddening diagnosis there is, because there's no villain to blame. No fibroid, no blockage, nothing on a scan you can point to, just nothing happening, for no reason anyone could find. We tried 2 rounds of IUI. Both failed. The second one, I actually let myself believe. I'd had cramping I convinced myself was implantation. I'd bought a onesie and hidden it in my gym bag like an idiot. When the test came back negative, I sat on the bathroom floor for an hour and Debo just sat down next to me, didn't say anything, just sat. Then came the miscarriage. Our first natural pregnancy, no treatment, just happened on its own after 4 years of trying, and I was so sure that was our proof it would work out eventually. 10 weeks in, I started bleeding at work. I drove myself to the hospital because I didn't want to scare Debo with a phone call. That's a decision I regret to this day. He said the same thing every time I bring it up, that he wished I'd called him, that I didn't have to carry that drive alone. Around that time, his mother started. Not to my face, she's too careful for that. But I'd hear things. A comment about how her sister's son had settled the matter by marrying a second wife who gave him 3 children in 4 years. A story about a cousin's cousin, always with a moral at the end that somehow landed on me. Debo's auntie started inviting him to family discussions that I wasn't invited to. I knew what those discussions were about. I never asked him directly what was said in them because some part of me was scared of the answer. It came to a head at his younger brother's engagement party. His mother, 3 glasses of wine in, loud enough for half the room, said something about how a man his age needs an heir, one way or another. I remember the room going quiet in that specific way rooms go quiet when everyone heard something and nobody wants to be the one to react. Debo stood up. In front of everyone, his mother, his aunties, my parents, people I'd never even met. He said, and I'm paraphrasing because I was too busy trying not to cry to memorize it exactly, that Maya is my wife, not a womb I'm renting, and if this family cannot love her the way she is, childless or not, then this family will simply have to get used to disappointing itself. Then he sat back down and put his hand on my knee under the table like nothing had happened. His mother didn't speak to him for 3 weeks. I won't lie, Ivana, some small, ugly part of me enjoyed that. After that, we decided on IVF. We didn't have the money. We'd been saving for a deposit on a house for 2 years, £14,000 sitting in an account we called Our Someday. We emptied it in one afternoon. Debo didn't hesitate. He said the house could wait, but he wasn't sure how many more years my heart could take waiting for a baby, and between bricks and me, I'd always win. The first round of egg retrieval got us 6 eggs, 4 fertilized, 1 made it to transfer. Negative. I won't describe what that 2-week wait felt like, because I think everyone reading this already knows. We did a second round 8 months later, once we'd recovered financially and emotionally, which honestly took longer than the money did. This time, 3 embryos made it. We transferred 1, froze 2. And then we waited, and I refused to test early this time because I couldn't survive another bathroom floor. I went in for the blood test on a Tuesday. The nurse called that afternoon and said the number was high, really high. She said casually, like she was reading out a phone number, that's often a sign of more than one. The scan was booked for 8 days later. We held hands in the waiting room so tight I lost feeling in 2 fingers. The sonographer went quiet for a second too long, moved the wand, went quiet again, and I genuinely thought something was wrong. Then she turned the screen toward us and said, I'm seeing 3 heartbeats. 3. Debo made a sound I'd never heard him make before, somewhere between a laugh and a sob. I just kept saying, are you sure, until the sonographer laughed and said, I've counted 4 times now, love, I'm sure. I'm 32 weeks now. Triplets, 2 girls and a boy. My body feels like it's been hit by a bus most days, and I'm terrified in ways I didn't expect. But I wanted to write to you, Ivana, because I spent 4 years thinking my story might end the way so many of the ones you read out do, with someone else's name where mine used to be. It didn't. And I needed other mummies still in the thick of it to hear that sometimes it doesn't. Thank you for reading this. Thank your listeners for me too. Wow, a story that finally ended in a good news. Triplets? Wow, this is a beautiful story, Maya, and thank you for sharing this with my audience today. So, mummy triplets, what do you think? A husband who stands up for his wife in front of the whole family before he even knows how their story ends, that's not something we hear enough of on this podcast. Drop your congratulations for Maya in the comments, and if you've got your own TTC story sitting in your drafts, waiting to be told, you know where to send it. My inbox is always open. I'll see you all on my next one. Hugs from future babies. Mwah.